Hey, welcome so much to this reading. We've got a pick a pile or pick a card for you. We're looking at what's up next week, what's to come, whatever it is. We're going to find out. I'm going to draw up 3 cards here for you. Let's just get them out here. Let's do 2 and 3. I'll leave them up for a couple and we will begin shortly. All right, stay tuned. Hello, pile number 1. Here is the card you chose, which is Dragons Slay Them All. All right, we're going to add this one. Oh, let's add it right here. All right, so obviously you're trying to slay dragons next week. I'm not sure how this is going to fall for everybody, but you've got courage, and that's exactly what we're looking at for next week is all about courage. That's what the first thing that I'm getting here. Let's see what else comes up in your reading. Let's see what other energy is like. All right, so we've got the 2 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, and the 10 of Cups. All right. That's quite interesting because, you know, you're slaying dragons. You're putting a lot of courage in there. You know, you're having a lot of emotions happening through you. It's like, it's for some reason, I feel like some of you might be even going through some kind of imbalance in your relationship. It's like some trusting issues maybe even. But I also feel some kind of relief when things kind of go a different direction. So it's almost like you either had a partner that you didn't believe, you had no trust, and then things are going to be changing around and feeling happy and go lucky for some time. Is this going to stay? I feel like it's a yes. I think that you're going to be staying in that situation and in that empowerment. So this is, I think, where that courage is to actually face those decisions with whoever this is, this partner, relationship, whatever it is. It could be even somebody at work even, right? And seeing that things are going to be communicated, things are going to happen. You're going to be feeling that relief of being, I'm going to say some of you, it's like, yes, I'm right, but I had to say I'm sorry because maybe you weren't right this time. All right. And that's really hard to do. Some of you, it could be potentially even brutal because, you know, accepting that things that you are wrong is not always, you know, the case, right? Not everybody wants to admit that they're wrong. So there you go. So let's see what else populates here in your life. So we've got the Burden card, the 3 of Pentacles, and the Devil. It's like I'm kind of falling back into here because it's kind of like, you know, taking the fall for something because somebody said something. So if this would be about the relationship, it could potentially be that somebody else had said something. And if it's not and it's pertaining to something else, I still feel like there's that burden carried because you were unsure of any decision that you were doing, unsure of whatever circumstance, because somebody else said something about it. All right. So again, relationship, or it could also be just pure anything in life that you're going through right now, experiencing because somebody said so. So let's see what else populates here. We've got the Magician, the Ace of Cups, and the 8 of Wands. All right. So for next week, I feel like a lot of you is going to be the cup is full, but in a good way. All right. We're seeing changes. We're seeing also emotional change. The Magician is coming in to say, you know, things are going to be moving in the right direction here with the Ace of Cups and also following very fast pace. All right, so some of you might be even encouraged to move forward into a decision that has been on your mind for quite some time, that has not, you know, manifested, and now all of a sudden it's just kind of boom, it's going to be coming into play. A lot of you might be also thinking about traveling because it's also one of the traveling cards that I see, and also hitting the mark. Okay, so some of you might be working on something and now it's finally coming to life, hitting that spot, hitting the market. Maybe you've been working on an experimental I don't know, something at work that now it's going to be coming through. If it's like clothing or makeup or, you know, something along those lines that you've been working on maybe, and now all of a sudden it's launching, or even launch of anything, right? Even your new YouTube channel. So you're launching it and it's going to come in fast and to life. All right. So we've got the King of Cups, the Star, and the World. So it's like a wish that is coming true next week, something that is coming true that you've been waiting for a long time. Again, it could be manifesting from this, but it also can mean for a lot of people something very emotional and really something that's coming from the heart for you, and that it's going to be manifesting itself. All right. And then these wishes are going to be coming true. It's going to be apparent, and it's going to be some great news. And some of you might even be worldwide. All right. So maybe, like I said, launching of a product that's going worldwide, or your YouTube channel, or, you know, TikTok, whatever it is that, that you were looking at doing. It's finally like taking its course, and it's actually coming into play now. I wanted to get my other cards and I couldn't find them. So I was just kind of moving around, seeing where they were. All right. So I just wanted to kind of give a different perspective here with my other deck here, and seeing what kind of other energy we get for next week, and what else we can see or populate. All right. So the Six of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, and the Three of Swords. This could also be a situation for some about letting go of, because there's a lot of obstacles happening in your finance as well. So it can be that you're learning something new, and it's been really hard on you learning something completely different, or even putting in a lot of your money into something that is unknown to you if it's going to be doing well or not. But I feel like you're finally hitting the shore, and you're finally seeing those investments come to life. So if you were preparing to do something and you were really afraid of it, maybe even heartbroken by whatever's happened in the past, I feel like this is the time that you need to actually take that next step into doing something for it, okay, or doing something. The King of Swords, to me, this is somebody that has already been there, done it, all right? So if you have a chance to talk to somebody and focus on getting some perspective from somebody that has been there, done it, I feel like you're going to be receiving a lot more information about whatever you're doing that is going to be pertaining to help you gain, all right? Help you, motivate you, and get you excited about certain things that maybe you have left aside or were worried about at one point that they weren't going to be coming true to you. Now, this can be relatable towards a lot of different things, not just an opportunity of work opportunity or even investment opportunities, but this can also be very well something that you've been challenged with, and now you need help figuring it out. And what's better than having somebody that's older than you, that has had that experience, that you can share your thoughts with, and maybe they can give you some good guidance in that sense. So we've got the Lovers, the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. I'm also seeing here an anniversary. So for some of you, it could be an anniversary coming up. You've been together with that person for a while, and now it's coming up. Or you're also seeing, or you could be in a wedding anniversary, some kind of anniversary. And you know what? I feel like this is that time that you're going to be very excited. So for some of you that were having troubles, this is a time for excitement. This is a time to rejoice that communication and love and passion for your partner. So there's a lot of things going on here, pile number one, for you, but I feel like we got the gist of everything here in what's happening for you next week, and I feel like there's a lot of things going on. All right, so be prepared, and I want to thank you so much for being here. If you were able to stick it out this far, I just want to say, you know, love, light. Also, you know, if you can subscribe and like and, you know, do your thing, I would really appreciate it. Hasta luego. Hello, pile number 2. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so you chose storm. Every hurricane comes to an end. All right, so that is very good promise here that things are going to be changing for you. All right, the storms are always passing and there's always a bright sun right behind it. So let's see what else we get for next week here. And yeah, all right, let's get going. All right, so we've got the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Six of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. All right, so pile number 2, this is the time where you're seeing that things are kind of running in or coming in really slow next week. I feel like you're giving up on something in order to gain something. So it's kind of like the storm, right? We're seeing that hurricane comes to an end and there's light at the end of the tunnel. Well, that's exactly, that same energy is exactly what you're experiencing at the beginning of the week, especially with the Ace of Swords, is seeing things unclear, but also seeing to walking away from whatever it is of the situation in order to gain something from it. With the King of Pentacles, I feel like some of you would be looking into financial freedom, financial stability, and also maybe even gaining financial gains in total, okay? Getting more money, receiving more money, and so forth. Maybe kind of reinventing yourself as well. Maybe this is not a negative and also a positive, trying to get yourself on the map, moving things around in order to see the potential of doing good things, good things coming. So, all right, so we've got the High Priestess. We've got the Nine of Cups. Okay, so your wishes are coming through. All right. So we're seeing that you're changing that level of energy. You're bringing in the High Priestess into by balancing things. You know, bringing in a little bit of this, bringing in a little bit of that, okay, and getting your wishes brought to life, all right? But I feel like there's still communication issues, okay? So maybe you're not communicating yourself the way that you wanted to with the King of Swords, all right? And maybe you're not putting the foot down into your wishes. So are we going to be seeing this wish come true, maybe possibly in another lifetime then versus this one? Well, we're going to have to change the way that we see things in order to see this pile number 2 happening for you. Okay, so I want to see your wish come true this time around. And I know that you're putting a lot of effort into manifesting with the High Priestess. But again, there's something else missing here with the King of Swords. And what are we missing? All right, so we're seeing the 5. Okay, so is it because of competition? Are you seeking that, you know, you have to win in order to gain, all right? But we're seeing also that the 3 of Swords in reverse, that maybe that pain and struggles are finally over and that you're seeing the light at the end of it. So this is about winning something. So when you're manifesting something that of all your wishes coming through, it's almost like a competition for you to make that happen. So what is your competition? Where are you leading? Where is this competition leading to? And for whom? Are you in sports? You know, is this something that you're competing against other people, that the only way that you can get this is through winning a competition? It's like maybe you've tried it before and you've lost at it, but I feel like this time you're going to be gaining. You're going to be making it happen for yourself. I'm also seeing gamers too, so maybe some of you game or something like that. It's a win for all kind of competition. I don't even know if this is actually, like, it's just something that you really, really want that you're going to be getting. So let's see what else comes up here. A backstabbing situation with a possible friend, okay, or a backstabbing situation with somebody at work. Maybe even so feeling unfortunate of something happening, a dispute, something that's going on. You're feeling that even though things can be better, you've been working hard in order to make it work with somebody. So maybe you're just having a tough time with somebody. Maybe they're talking behind your back, or maybe they're just being conniving little oomph, and you're not really seeing eye to eye with them. You're really, really trying to make it work, because I think that this is like your livelihood here, and somebody there is like troublesome. Even maybe maybe that's your competition, all right? Maybe this is the competition that I'm seeing here that you're going to be winning. I also see that this is hard-earned money, obviously, but I also see you holding on to that money, all right, for dear life. So, which clearly tells me that whatever is happening, it could be happening in the work field, all right, and that you're just holding on tightly to what you have, maybe possibly even saving money in order maybe to do something else, or even saving to buy something too, all right. So not just these people that are kind of in your way, maybe you're just holding on to that money for saving something so you can buy yourself something pretty decent. All right, we got the Queen of Pentacles looking down at the Four of Pentacles, which again tells me that you're secure about what you want to do with it and that you are saving it for something better, bigger and better. All right, and then I'm going to populate these two, and then we're going to go into my next deck. So we've got the Eight of Swords, and we've got the Seven of Pentacles. All right, so what does that tell me actually with this? It tells me that you're actually confused a little bit about whatever situation it is. So you're 100% sure of what you're doing here with your savings, with having this hard-earned money, whatever it is. But I feel like that there's also that confusion about what am I going to do with this also, or is this investment going to be good for me? If you're buying a house, let's say, is this what you really want to do? So there's a little bit of confusion there that we're going to be clearing up here. That's a lot of information here for the next week to come. It's not all going to be relevant just for 1 week. It's just going to be pertaining for next week and on, all right? So there's a lot of information. If you have to listen to it back a little bit, maybe do so, because I'm just talking way too fast today. All right, so we've got the Nine of Wands, the Wheel, and the Empress in reverse. All right, so it's also, for some of you, it's kind of like being able to see yourself in a different eye, all right? Like it's kind of being sure and unsure. All right, there's that balancing act that you're doing here in the middle. It's like, do I do this or do I do that? So for some of you, you might be unsure of which option to take. Could be in relationship, could be in work, could be in anything, even in your day-to-day life. All right, so next week you can also see some of that, you know, imbalance in regards to what to do next. So if you were hesitant, you're going to be more hesitant anyways. And that's just the energy that it's flowing for next week as well. So we've got the Eight of Swords, the Judgment, and the Two of Cups. All right. So I'm going to be relating this one a little bit to a little bit of romance. Maybe some of you that have been not seeing things 100% with your partner, you're soon going to be getting some information, something that is going to be relevant to making this work. All right, so if you were not feeling confident about yourself or about the situation, now it's a time where things are going to be changing. All right, they're going to be changing for the better. You're going to see eye to eye with this person. You're going to have a lot of more commitment with them, maybe even feeling emotionally attached to them a little bit more, especially for next week. I feel like that there's going to be that, you know, that love connection again. And if you don't have anybody in your life, I feel like you're going to finally, you know, take charge of your life, and you're going to be putting yourself out there in order to meet somebody. And if you really don't want to meet anybody, then strike this out of your vocabulary and let's just move on. So we've got the Page of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. All right, so it's funny because a lot of people see the Page of Cups as being something that is it's not funny, but I'm just saying that it has to do with love and connection. For me, it's almost like putting a singing dance to hopefully getting something in return. Okay, so if you're having doubts about anything in your life, it's almost like having a doubt that is going to move itself to confirmation. All right, so next week you're going to be hearing a lot of things being confirmed to you. Things that you didn't see coming, things that you were unsure of. They're also going to present themselves and not just being a question, but an answer. And I do see this with the Page of Wands being about the journey, and also with the Page of Cups being some kind of question being answered, especially with the Ten of Pentacles. A lot of you guys would be a question about money, or even a question about family and friends that will be answered as well. So if you were waiting for something to happen, this is going to be the time that you're going to be getting those answers that you were waiting for. So there you go. I'm going to leave that at that. Thank you so much for joining. Hopefully you stuck around for this long. I'm kind of hoping that you like, share, subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Hasta luego. Hello, pile number 3. Thank you so much for joining. We're looking at your card here that you chose, gold. You don't need someone else to fix you. Damn right you don't. Nobody can fix you. Only yourself can. And you know what? You don't need fixing anyways because you're perfect. So there you have it, pile number 3. Click, case closed. All right, let's see what else we've got going on for next week and seeing where that energy leads to. There's a lot of stuff happening, I betcha. All right, so we've got the Justice, the Strength, and the Two of Wands. All right, so this is, again, all about the journey. Today, my whole goal in life has been to tell people about their journey. And this is very important to you because it's like what she said here, I don't need basically anybody else. I can take care of myself kind of thing. I feel like that you're saying that also here with the Strength card and the Justice, being very observant about things and being able to actually give it your all without having nobody beside you. You can do things on your own. You don't need anybody to kind of be on your case about things. You're looking for that journey and you found that journey. You're kind of looking for being out there, taking that initial path. Like there's a lot of things that I feel like that are happening to you right now. You've been contemplating of moving forward. He almost reminds me a little bit of Columbus, like holding the globe and kind of looking at, what other opportunities and ventures are out there, adventures that he was looking for to achieve. And he's kind of looking at, what am I going to do? How am I going to create it? And I feel like these are all questions that are very important for you, maybe pile number 3 in your life right now, because you have that knowledge right now. You're feeding off whatever else is happening in your life and you're looking for more. So this is some kind of a power thing with you, especially with the Strength. I feel like you're putting a lot of your own self into this already, and you're putting a lot of I'm going to say not just strength, but courage to get that going. All right. So if somebody told you no, I'm going to say that this is not the time for them to tell you that, because I think you should override it. And the reason why, as soon as I picked up the energy from this card, I feel like somebody was telling you no, and therefore you felt defeated. All right. So if you've been actually held back by somebody or something, this is the time where you're saying, no, this is not going to fly with me any longer. And you're going to be able to do so because you're going to have that courage of kind of seeking for new opportunities, and also being able to support yourself financially as well. So whoever says no to you, that's not a go. That's not a go. You also have savings, I see, and you also have the Wish card, which tells me that, yes, things are going to be progressing, as well as the Queen of Pentacles, that you're going to be seeing those rewards come through, that you are actually in that element, your element. So if you're thinking about, releasing from somebody, or something's not working out for you, job-wise or whatever, and you feel like you want to do something, I feel like you've got the power and also the money to do so. The money to kind of move on and do something else. You've got some savings, and perhaps even, have the time to actually get exactly what you want and when you want it. So we've got the King of Swords in reverse, the Ace of Swords, and the Five of Swords. So you see how this here, it's kind of like, yes, yes, yes. And then here it's like, no, no, no. All right, so there's that imbalance here for you next week. It's kind of like you want to, but yet you're held back. Are you held back by somebody, Or are you held back from your own self? All right. Are you, you're kind of picking up the pieces of what other people have been leaving behind? Or are you the one that's freeing up things in order to make it work for you? Because I see here with the Ace and the King of Swords that things are not opening up, communicating. So I'm seeing that maybe this communicating factor is also part of your life because you're not actually telling people what you want to do. So you're not committing yourself to anything. Even though things are saying, yes, they're going to be going good, you haven't committed yourself to doing absolutely nothing yet. All right, you've got the financials, you've got the decisions, you've got the courage out there, but yet something is still holding you back. So is that this person here? Is that what it is? Like, I'm not sure. Let's see what else we got. Maybe you can tell me in the comments later and seeing what else you've got going on that I don't see here, because it's kind of like, it's a secret. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's your secret. All right. So we see that the Three of Swords is in reverse. So that tells me that something that it was bothering you is not bothering you anymore, but there's still somebody in your life that has a lot of power over something. All right. So maybe it's even a boss, or it could be in a relationship. And it's time to kind of let that go. Whatever it is, you need to let it go, because it's kind of like dampering a little bit on what other commitments that you're wanting to do in your life. There's a lot more things happening here than what meets the eye. And I feel like there's a lot of hush-hush about it. So maybe it's like you haven't really dealt with it based on communicating this to whatever your partner or whoever it is. Maybe you're just not ready to let go of whatever it is yet, but you will. All right, so we've got the Ten of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and the King of Wands. So it's kind of like, again, we're seeing the Five of Swords here, the Five of Swords here. There's that communication factor, even a winning, all right? It's like almost like you have that headache. Somebody is winning, and you're not seeing the capability of doing so. I see a King of Wands right beside it. So it's telling me that there's some empowerment based on the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands of starting this journey. But there's something else happening in your life that's impeding you to do so. There's a lot of motivation with the Ten of Pentacles to continue on and to move forward. All right, so don't let this stop you. I keep on saying that. I don't know what else I can say to you in order, pile number 3, to get going and do what you got to do. And you also are presented with gold. Okay, I forgot to mention that. You're also presented with gold. So clearly I know that this is not just about money. It's also about something else that is distracting you from it. We've got the Three of Pentacles, the Six of Wands. So we're seeing here the Six of Wands in reverse. Now we're seeing the Six of Wands. Are you saying that you're going to be able to move on? I feel like with the Fool, you have that great opportunity of saying yes. All right. So we've got the Six of Wands as being, a celebratory card. And you also see the Fool, which is basically throwing yourself out to the woods, or to the waters. And I'm seeing also reinforcement here from other peeps to do so. All right, so if you have good friends and whatever, I think that they're the encouraging factor that you need in order to kind of let yourself go and be able to move on from this scenario. All right, we've got the Six of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. It's like that give and take, all right? We've got Six of Pentacles and Five of Pentacles. It's kind of like a deciding factor. Well, am I going to have enough, or am I going to be poor? Am I going to have enough? Obviously, we're telling you that gold is good. And then finally, we've got the Queen of Swords. I keep on saying, like, the Queen of Swords, she's, earns my respect each and every time. She's amazing, and being able to see things very clearly and being understanding. So whatever it is that's happening right now, deal with it, because next week there's going to be a lot of things happening for you and a lot of emotions. Deal with those emotions, not just the peeps, deal with the emotions. There's a lot of things going on. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to wish you everything and all the best to you. Thank you so much for joining, and we will see you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do your thing. Hasta luego.